I can already see it now. I can sense the feeling of I must be seeing this wrong through each and every one of your screens. You had to do a double take at the very sight of my video title alone. I just know it. But do not worry, because I wrote some title ideas down a couple days ago, and when I woke up this morning I decided to come back to this video idea, and when I saw these titles, even I thought to myself, surely this cannot be right. Does the ChloeGames genuinely enjoy a new upcoming Roblox update? Maybe you are all thinking the exact same thing. Scrap that, you are most definitely thinking the exact same thing, and that's completely fine, but alas, I am telling the truth and nothing less than the whole entire truth. So apparently Roblox is turning into Twitter now and adding ats below usernames on the in-game player list, even though the at and your username are the same. This change only seems to be out for a small percentage of users. You should have said something about this update only rolling out for a small number of players sooner, because Roblox could have given it to 99.9% of people on the entire platform and I still would not have received it. I'm sure you all remember back 5 or 6 months ago when Roblox updated the in-game top bar and the menu that comes with it, because I absolutely loved that update as well. But even as we stand right now, an entire half of the year later, and I still do not have the new menu. I wish I was joking, because I was slightly looking forward to receiving that update, and now here we are and I'm still stuck with the old outdated version. It's kind of like that one meme where Squidward is watching SpongeBob having fun outside whilst he's stuck inside alone in the dark. That's me. I'm Squidward sitting all alone with the old Roblox menu, and literally every other Roblox player ever is SpongeBob running around having fun with the new menu. That's enough self-loathing for one day, I think. So the Bloxy News tweet included a screenshot which is pretty useful, because perhaps some people are going to be a little teeny tiny bit confused by the explanation of the update alone. As you can see, when you press on the username of someone in the leaderboard, the same box shows up, giving you the options to send them a friend request, and also you can examine their avatar to see exactly what they are currently wearing. But there is something almost unnoticeably different in this specific screenshot. The username of this person in particular is Korea10865, and you can obviously see in that screenshot, but right there underneath the username is at Korea10865. And for some context as to what this update could be, take a look at my profile on Twitter, follow me by the way, because my name on top is just Chloe, and then underneath that is at ChloeBGames. The at part is just the username. It's a little bit more limited in terms of what you can change that to, but the other name is just a display name which you can change to quite literally anything that your heart desires. Hello there, please make sure to leave a like on this video and you'll become my favourite person in the whole entire world. And of course, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so that we can reach our current goal of 280,000 subscribers. Update. Okay, so this may actually be a bigger feature than I thought. Apparently, according to some rumours, you may be able to change your display name, the name above the at, to something of your choice, kinda like Twitter. I feel like the most surprising thing about this to me personally is seeing the mix of reactions from everyone, because I think it's more than obvious that I really do like the idea of this update becoming a thing that we see on Roblox, and I'm gonna tell you a few reasons why in just a moment, but I think I subconsciously expected everyone else to also like the update just as much as I do, and there does seem to be a whole lot of people out there who do like this update as much as I do, and that is so nice and so refreshing to see when you remind yourself that this is coming from people in the Roblox community. But there is also so many people out there who despise the display name update for multiple different reasons. Without going into that too much and risking making things too negative, let me tell you guys why I personally enjoy this update. You see, not everyone has the chance to change their username, because let's take a moment to realize that 1000 Robux is the price to change your username just one time, and 1000 Robux costs a grand total of $10 whole. So in reality, you could look at it as the cost of changing your username on Roblox is actually $10, which makes it sound far more expensive than just saying it would cost 1000 Robux. I have been on Roblox for over 9 whole years. Yes, I'm old, you don't need to remind me. And I think I have changed my username something like 7 times now, and over that period of time would be less than 1 change per year, which is less than $10 a year since I started playing. Looking at it that way makes the amount of changes I had seem a little bit less drastic, but again, there is going to be a fairly large amount of players out there who will never be able to change their username even once, which means they are going to be stuck with the choice of either creating a new account and losing everything, or live through the nightmare of keeping the first ever username that they signed up with. And believe me, if I was still Jason the Bad to this day and I had no way of changing that, I would not be a very happy person. My time on Roblox would be far less enjoyable. Simply just imagining my username being Jason the Bad right now allows me to experience just a slither of the pain that these people go through. So I would say that that is my main reason for absolutely loving this update. Yes, my main reason for liking it isn't even benefiting me in the slightest. ChloeGames, more like Chloe Selfless or Chloe always thinking of others. But seriously, just the idea of people being able to change their display name in each game that they enter is an extremely fun idea because it allows the imagination to run wild. It allows people to escape the current username that they have for just a little short while. And of course, no more waiting to find a specific game that has the little roleplay name box in one of the bottom corners. However, with all of that said and done, there is one big red flag that jumps to mind when I'm trying to think of any downsides that this update could bring, and that is that I'm a little bit concerned as to how easy it could possibly end up being to impersonate people, and impersonating big developers or big YouTubers would be bad enough on its own, but I fear that this could risk the number of scams rising up, and God knows what else could branch off from the root problem that I just mentioned. For example, there has been times on Twitter where I have seen people change their profile picture and their display name to match a celebrity. I'm gonna use Brendan Urie for the sake of this example. The first thing you see when you see a tweet from someone is not the @username, but instead it's the profile picture and the big bold display name that both come just before the @username. And so if someone changed their profile picture to match Brendan's and also changed their display name to Brendan Urie to match his exactly, I have seen people do this before and then tweet something absurd, and for the first minute or two until you take a further look, I would genuinely have believed that the tweet came from Brendan, and if it's even this easy for that to happen on Twitter, I would imagine it's then even easier to happen on Roblox. So whilst I do have my reasons to absolutely love the idea of this update coming to Roblox, I can't help but think of those concerns and those fears sitting in the back of my mind. Like, I'm obviously gonna give Roblox a chance with this because it's very likely that they're not just gonna think of all the downsides to a new update and then just ignore them without looking into how to fix it or prevent them. But we still have to take a look at both sides, which a lot of people do not seem to be doing. Like I said, there's people out there who are all for this update and they seem extremely excited for its arrival, but there is equally as many people who simply cannot stand the idea of Roblox having an update like this. But anyway, guys, think of Roblox possibly adding an update that lets you change your display name in games. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.